I love strategy games, and space strategy games in particular. As a matter of fact, I've played space strategy games almost exclusively now for the past couple of years. So I thought it'd be a good idea to take a look at some of the other games I've played in the past or haven't played at all. So I thought I'd start with Civilization 6. The last time I played this was January 30th, 2023. That's almost 2 years. Playtime's only 104.7 hours. So I thought I'd take a look at this and see why I don't play it or why I should play it more often. And to be honest, I'm not real good at strategy games anyway. I'll usually play them on an easy setting, and so I've got the satisfaction of winning. And then I'll plan on going back later to increase the difficulty level, but that almost never happens. Since Stellaris is a space strategy game I've played the most in the last couple of years, I'll probably be drawing quite a few comparisons between that and this game. So with that being said, let's get started. In Stellaris, I'm used to getting an almost overwhelming number of options when I start the game. Plus, I've got a bunch of civilizations or empires to choose from. If I remember right, this game is no different. So I go to create a single player game. I can randomize it, or I've got tons of civilizations to choose from. It looks like Trajan. I'm gonna take Teddy Roosevelt Rough Rider. I'll take the barbarian mode. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 modes you can play. This is not a detailed look at Civ 6 as such, so I'm not going to go over these too much. There's also an advanced setup. Here I can choose my random leaders or empires to play against. Expansion on use, game difficulty, where I start at, maps, natural wonders, etc. Game modes, victory conditions, turn limit turns. Anyway, so it looks pretty good. It's got every bit as much to choose from as Stellaris, just a little bit different. So I'm going to start the game. And similar to Stellaris, I get an opening dialogue that tells me about my empire or civilization, whatever you want to call it.
To the great beasts of the Stone Age.
Just a voiceover with this one. There's no voiceover in Stellaris.
To man taking his first upright steps.
Once it's done loading, I'll click Begin Game. And there's my advisor. So I guess it's kind of similar to the in-game tutorial in Stellaris. And speaking of tutorials, Stellaris doesn't have a tutorial as such, a separate one, but this game does. So I'm going to take a quick look at that before I go on with the game. When the tutorial starts out, you can start as one of two great leaders, either Cleopatra or Gilgamesh. If I remember correctly, this just walks you through the startup of a game. And what the tutorial does, it starts you in a game that it walks you through with additional advisor help. Pretty similar to starting a regular game, just a little less help. I remember pretty much the basics to this, so I'm going to skip the rest of the tutorial. Just wanted to take a look. And I find myself drawing comparisons between this game and Stellaris. Unlike Stellaris, this game is turn-based, but like Stellaris, you start out with a single city, or not even a city really, you start out with a settler. Whereas in Stellaris, you start with a single planet, so that's kind of similar. So the basic premise of this game is to explore and not necessarily conquer, but to explore and expand. When you first start the game, one thing I like is the lenses. It's similar to the map overlays in Stellaris. So if I select settler, it highlights areas that are good to colonize or set up a city at, and areas that are not. So I think I'll take the area with the most green around it and colonize that.
Our explorers have spotted another friendly tribal village. I suggest we send a scout to investigate.
And just like in Stellaris, you send scouts out to explore the surrounding area. So a little difference there. In Stellaris, your home base or your home planet is already started for you and established. Here you got to start from scratch and establish your city, which is your home base. Looks like I need to choose some research. I think I'll open the technology tree so I can take a closer look at stuff. Not really divvied up into specific branches like it is in Stellaris, but that's okay. I'll go back to the initial view and pick out my research. Looks like one of my advisors has suggested mining for research, so that's what I'll take. Production. What's my advisor telling me to do? Scout. Sounds like a good idea. I'll build a scout. Combat can get off to a quick start in this game, it looks like.
It would seem we have finally tracked the barbarian raiders plaguing these lands to their source. We must destroy the stronghold or risk future attacks.
So it looks like best I can do in this particular case is a stalemate. And just to see what the combat's like, I'm going to go ahead and attack. And just as predicted, this ended up in a stalemate. And the advisor in this game does a pretty good job explaining things. And the one in Stellaris does a pretty good job too. I've just had it shut off for so long I forget about it. I know I haven't spent a whole lot of time playing this game, but my original intent with this video is to remember why I did or didn't like to play this game. And I really don't want to turn this into a gameplay video or a comparison video. I'll probably do one of those later. So just taking a quick look, this has got a lot of the same things as Stellaris. It's got income, got diplomacy, got research, civics, culture. That's kind of another form of research in my opinion. And we've got production, espionage, I believe, and all that good stuff. So I think the thing that kind of slows me up a little bit on this game is the fact that it's turn-based. And I know Gal Civ 4 is turn-based, which I really love, so I think it's maybe it gets a little draggy because there's several turns you can go through without anything happening. It just feels like you should be doing something and you don't. Another thing I don't care about is the military versus the economy. It seems like you can't build up your military fast enough to confront your neighbors, even though they seem to be able to do that. So that's another thing I remember I didn't really care about it. But overall, I really love the game. This is really a good game. I like the exploration and economy in this game. It's pretty similar to Stellaris, maybe a little simpler. I think the other factor is that it's not a space-based game like Stellaris is, and I have to admit that's my #1 love. So those are my thoughts on this game. I will play it some more. I'll probably do a comparison video in the near future. So until then, this is Rich from Loner Strategy Games. I'll see you later. Bye.